All right, you are looking right now at some of the photographs from one of the beach cleanups in our area just 1 year ago. The Ocean Conservancy's International Coastal Cleanup has been coming to our state for decades now. We've seen thousands of volunteers over that period of time cleaning up, over 1 million pounds of debris in our state alone. Now, that is good news in some ways, but also kind of scary in others. Right now, I want to check in with Susan Weller. She is with Ocean Conservancy, the Senior Manager of the International Coastal Cleanup. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. I want to talk to you just a little bit about, the motivation behind these cleanups, what they're for, and who all can actually get involved.
Yeah, so the International Coastal Cleanup, like you mentioned, it's an annual event. It's global now. And in 2025, we mark the 40th anniversary of this event. So it's a great year to come out and join if you haven't already. It happens worldwide, like I mentioned. And Ocean Conservancy, we have kind of the honor and the privilege of being the information hub. And we share resources and communications with a whole network of partners worldwide who really activate on the ground and make these cleanups happen, both on shorelines, coastal, but also inland waterways as well. So, like you said, the big day is this Saturday, although it's kind of more of a season now. So, if folks want to get involved, there are a few different options. There's dates even later into September and October to get involved, or we have options for people to go out and do little cleanups on their own or even just with their family.
This is also interesting to me because, we utilize the beach a lot. My family and I, we're constantly out there on the water. We certainly pick things up, but when I see these large-scale events, it does really feel like when you pool folks together, you can make a huge impact.
Absolutely. And what makes the International Coastal Cleanup so unique is that for all 40 years, we have asked volunteers to help us track data on the types and amount of debris that they're finding on their shorelines because it does differ. It can differ even just in your same park or shoreline seasonally or different times of the year. And so we do ask volunteers to be those citizen scientists for the day, help us track this data. We have a paper data card. We have an app, a mobile app called CleanSwell that's free to download that you can kind of track your data easily that way. And every little piece counts, even just the small, cigarette butts, tiny plastic pieces, all the way up to the larger debris items. It all makes a difference. And globally, we amass massive amounts of data in a pretty short amount of time during each year's ICC season.
Well, I was kind of blown away just by the numbers you all sent out. I know since you all started this work 4 decades ago, you were talking about over 1 million pounds of debris that's been removed. We got on our screen here for some of our viewers at home, just the rankings of all the things, and we're talking about thousands and thousands of pieces of trash, from cigarette butts to food wrappers, aluminum cans, plastic bottles, and of course those bottle caps. But I always think, it's not even just the things that you get. It concerns me what's getting left in there and those microplastics. It behooves of us to get on this right away so it doesn't become broken down and turn into that extra pollution as well, correct?
That's absolutely right. So the whole part of, the International Coastal Cleanup, obviously it's about bringing communities together, having a good time, getting out there, doing something great for your shoreline, your waterway that you love. And actually, like you mentioned, volunteers do a really important role, or they have a really important role in intercepting these debris items before they can get out into larger bays, the sound, open ocean, where they can break down into smaller and smaller pieces known as microplastics or micro debris. And then once they're out there in the ocean, it becomes exponentially more challenging and costly to remove them. So volunteers are playing a critical role during the ICC each year when they're picking up that, plastic beverage bottle that could be, it could turn into thousands of pieces of microplastic, but they're stopping it before it gets out there. So super critical work. And, we always tell volunteers, even if you're far away from the coast, any sort of trash that ends up in the environment can become marine debris. It can wash down watersheds, natural watersheds, or storm drain systems and make its way out into the water. So wherever you are, even if you're not by a body of water, you can still take part.
One of the things I thought was interesting was just some of the places, because there are a wide variety of events. It's not like, oh, I'm in this area or I'm too far away. I was looking over here and I see Alki Beach, Myrtle Edwards Park, Long Beach, Ocean Shores, Port Townsend, Port Angeles. If I'm out there and I want to try to track one of these down, is there an easiest way to do that?
Yes. So Ocean Conservancy, like I said, we're kind of the information hub. If you check out, we have a webpage called signuptocleanup.org. Signuptocleanup.org. That'll take you to kind of the all things international coastal cleanup. There is a map where you can zoom into the Puget Sound area or really wherever you are in the state and find local leaders and then see their list of all the cleanup sites that they're hosting. And there are fantastic partners that we have from Puget Sound Keeper Alliance to Washington Coast Savers to Bainbridge Island. So lots of different options and ways that you can join a community event.
All right, so I'm sure a lot of our viewers are probably going to be excited about this, the possibility to get involved this weekend. Any parting advice for folks that maybe are on the fence? I know sometimes these things, you see the big crowds that have come out there in years past, you're like, I don't know, do I fit in here? Like, what does it take to be a part of something like this?
I'm glad you asked that. And, it's really come as you are, all ages welcome. Even if you've got little ones, you can clean even just for 10, 15 minutes. It makes a difference. If you want to record data for the first 10, 15 minutes that you're out there, that's great too. If you don't want to join the big community events and maybe you have a spot in your neighborhood or along your local stream that has had debris accumulate, go out and tackle that spot on your own. And we encourage you again to just download CleanSwell, the app. You can make an account. It's free to log in. It's available in about 15 different languages, and it's easy as just tapping on the icons, keeps a tally for you, and then you submit those data, and all of the data end up in an online open access database that we at Ocean Conservancy and so many of our colleagues worldwide utilize to help us with upstream solutions too. So just know that even if you're doing a small cleanup, if you're collecting data, you're amplifying your impact that way by sharing those numbers with us and really helping us with upstream solutions.
Susan Wheeler joining us from Ocean Conservancy. We truly do appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much. All right, we of course want to continue to let people know. We'll find some more details. I'll be pushing those out on my social, how you can sign up there. Get involved this weekend. It's going to be all around Puget Sound, and we'll link you back to that information. All right, more news still to come here from the Fox Local Live Desk. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll see you on the other side with our feed stories happening in and around Pacific Northwest.